This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to take a look at some stocks here today. Take a look here at Home Depot, which had their numbers out today. We'll take a look at Lowe's, McDonald's, Lululemon, and UNH. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock, not ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Home Depot. Now, they came out with the numbers. They had good numbers and good guidance, and they said that the tariffs, they got good relationships with their dealers, so they're not going to be raising anything on the tariffs. Like Walmart, you trying to tell me Walmart, as big as Walmart, they can't eat a little bit of that? Come on, that's all nothing but price gouging. Home Depot says no can do. Now, look at here. We had this really nice pop-up here today. Okay, look at this. Where did it go? Went right above that 200-day, but where did it stop? Okay, this is why you trade the charts. Okay, see this? 386.79. That's the key. Okay, so if we can get above all that 386.89, then we'll obviously look to today's high, 389.75 level. Okay, then what we'll do is we're going to come right up top of this level right here. Just bring the price channel across, 397.07. Bring this channel right across. What do we got? We got a 401.01, and then we'll come up top of this candle here. We're looking at 408.87. You bring this bad boy across here. You got a 418, and then we have a nice big retest up here all the way at 426.19 level. But you have to get above and close above that key 386.79 level. Okay, now this chart here is very, very bullish. Okay, all these charts look the same. Had the big sell-off, and now look at this 8-day. See, across the 50-day, heading right on up, 21-day heading up. So even if we lose all that, that 21-day is going to provide very, very nice support level. Okay, so downside, we want to watch this breakout that we had. That's at 381.17. That's going to be key. And then we want to watch this 100-day, 379.71 here. Came down, held it, and then rallied right back up. Now, if that's lost, we want to come here and look right at this 375.51. But if you're trading this, I want to point out something to you. Okay, I want you to watch the bottom of this candle here. That's 370.83. There's your gap. And then we want to look to the top of this candle here at 365.57. Okay, so your gap right there, again, 370.83. And then we have that fill at that 365.57. But we have this 21-day sitting right at 365.72 level. Okay, but right now here, we got to see what the whole schmear is. If we can maintain this 381.17 level, if not, we got the 100-day, the 8-day, we have the gap fill, we have this 21-day. Upside at 200-day is everything. You have to get it and close above. You can't do old pop and drop ski here. Okay, now 62, you got plenty of room to run. This shows that you got really good strength. Green over your red. This is still looking very, very nice. Now we look at a weekly chart here. Well, you can see here how nice this chart is. Okay, see, we have this low, higher low, and then we have this even, well, we have almost like a double bottom situation here. Okay, so you came down to this 326 level. What you're watching bottom of here is that 323 level. Okay, so we still have this low, higher low, and higher low situation here. Okay, so even though it looks a little scary, but again, it just came out and then it closed right back up. Now you can see how nice it's holding the 200-day, the 100-day, but right here, this 50-day is giving it a hard-ass time at that 381.73 level, okay? See, so where we popped up here for the week, but so far it just could not hold it, okay? So again, watch this 200-day, very, very critical on the upside, that 50-day critical on the upside. If you get above that, then we have a lot of room to run here because you got a big target up there at 439. Now, we look at the RSI here. Why are you sitting here? 51, that's nice. But look at this green, how it wants to cross over that red, okay? So anything bullish here, now you got to remember, housing season is right in play right here. Gardening season is right in play. I think Home Depot is one where you want. This is one of my favorite stocks here to trade. Now, let's take a look here at Lowe's. Okay, here we have Lowe's. Now, this is actually looking not too bad itself here. Now, where I usually shop here, but it's not a publicly traded company, is Menards, okay? Now, Menards always has this 11% sale. So, you know, what you do is you just go there and then you get 11% in, you just do a mail, and then they'll send you a rebate back there for whatever the money, whatever you spent. But what I do like about Menards is the first 2 weeks in January, what they do is they give you 15% right at the counter. So whatever you want to buy, you know, you can fill this paper bag in, you know what I'm saying? So I buy batteries for the Harleys and off-road vehicles and all this kind of stuff there. And, you know what I'm saying, octane booster, anything I can get my hands on because it's 15% off. But Menards is a really good one. Plus, they have some really good products and really good price. But Lowe's, I like shopping at Lowe's here too. So you can see here where we went right up here, we could not get here to this 100-day. This is going to be key. This is that 238.47 level. Okay, now If we can get above that, then we got a nice target up here, all the way up here at that 242 level. Okay, you got 242 level, and then we'll be aiming really for this 200 day at 249.39. Now this chart here is looking also still very, very nice, because you can see as it's breaking that downtrend. Okay, that's the key. But we have to get across this neckline right here. See how this top of this candle is right here is at 236.11. This is what we got to get above. Now you have a little red candle here today, but you got to break that downtrend. So we're having this downtrend. Once you get to break it, we get above this 100-day, then we got a nice good shot at that 200 SMA here. Now on the downside, this 8-day is going to be everything 231.16, and then we're going to be looking here to 225.85. That's your 21-day, and then we have your 50-day SMA. Now there is a gap I want to show you also right here. At the bottom of this candle is 226.97. There's your gap. And then here's your fill, okay, at 225.18. So these will also become very, very nice support levels, but we have a lot of good support with your 8-day, 21-day, and your 50 SMA here. Now, MACD, you're getting up towards the high end of it. This here, RSI, still looking very good. Not looking really too bad, but we had a really nice, good, positive divergence on this lows, okay? See where we had this low? We had this low. We had even lower low, but we had this higher low. See this? Positive divergence. Always watch that RSI here. Tells you that you got to get long and move right on in. Okay, now we look at the weekly. Well, you can see where it is for the week here. Where did it go? Okay, this is the way you trade the charts. Right in there, 237.84. Can't get through so far. Okay, you got to crack that. Then we got a good shot at that 245 level. Okay, but right now we're just hanging right around that 100-day. Okay, but again, and then the downside we have that 225 area. So again, we get across this 100-day, we can break this downtrend situation, and we can head right for that 200-day. But this is also looking good. Remember, I'll say this is the same as Home Depot. This is getting into the season here when you start looking at the gardening here, the housing, the people doing decks, all this kind of stuff here. These are really good, nice plays. Okay, let's take a look here at McDonald's. Okay, here we have old McDonald's. Now look at the old McDonald's. That's a good one, eh? Okay, so we had bottom left here, 178, and we had upper right. Look how nice that just tracked right on up here very, very nicely, okay? So you can see here, what we're really looking at is we're going to be looking at the top of this here, 321.78. That's going to be the key. You can see here we have this resistance, big time resistance coming all the way through. Now, if we can crack that key level, that 321 level, 78, then you can go right here to this 326, okay? And then that's going to be your breakout, and then you'll start heading for that 350 level, okay? Now, and then keep right on rolling. But right now here, Mickey D's here looking very, very good on this whole situation, okay? So now on the downside, okay, what we want to watch is we really want to watch this key 21-day, that 315 level, and we want to watch that 8-day 314, and then we last lost here, we'll come down to this 310 level at that 50 simple moving average, and then you have your big retest down here at that 305. So right now we're just trading this range. You can see how much resistance is here on the chart. So again, if you can crack above that key level, that 321 level, then we got a good shot at the retest at 326, and then we have to see how that all shakes out once we get there, okay? But right now, the chart does look very, very good, but we got strong, strong resistance going on here, and we have a possible double top situation, so let's just see how this all shakes out. Now, RSI here, well, you're sitting at 58. This here, green over red, but this is, you can see this is just flat line, and you're just trading the sideways action, doesn't really know what the heck to do here, okay? So, now, here we look on the weekly chart. Well, you know, look at the 8-day looking very good, 312. Need to hold that at 304. But realistically, again, we have that nice, good sideways action. But again, we're just looking for that 326 area. If we can crack that, then we can go much, much higher on this whole situation. So if you are trading the old Mickey D's here, just be a little bit patient, because it's just nothing but chop, nothing but trade kind of a situation until we can crack above. Then we can go long, and we see what the reaction is once we hit that 326 area. Okay, let's take a look here at Lululemon. Okay, here we have Lululemon. Now, they put up one of these pop-up stores there where I am, okay? Probably about, 5-6 years ago, and that turned into a full-blown store. People just love it. Now, they're a little bit higher price, but the quality is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just unbelievable here. You know, and you see these chicks walking around here with those Lululemons, man. Wow. That's like beyond hot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Okay, let's get back to trading here. All right. So what we have here, this is one of my favorite stocks here because it's very good quality and people just love it. They'll pay up for this. Okay. Now they also have a nice men's line here, which they about 10% of their sales is coming out as a men's line, and again, very very good quality kind of a situation. Okay. So right now, what we're watching on the upside is we're looking at that 336 level. That's going to be very very key. Now. So far here, we had the bottom of this candle here. We're looking at 334.07, okay? So there's your gap fill. This is going to be your next target. So today we hit a high of 330. So 334, there's your gap fill, okay? So that's what we're going to do next. But then we're going to have this 100 SMA here at that 336 level. Now, again, if that moves up past that, then all we do is just take these price channels, come right across. Look how nice that is, okay? Look at that, 348.50. We just bring this bad boy across here. What do you got? Okay, you got 363. We'll come up right to the top of the candle here. You're looking at 372. Then just work yourself all the way up here, 93. And then we have 414 and then 423 level. But again, you got to crack here. Fill this gap, which I don't think any problem is going to be, but we're going to see what the reaction is once it gets to that 100-day. Now, you look at the 8-day, cross the 21 to 50-day, moving up very nice. Now, looking about to cross that 200-day, that's looking very good. So on the downside, we really need to hold is this 315. That's that 200-day, very, very good support level. And then this 8 SMA here right below it at 312. Now, if that's lost, we have another gap, okay, on the downside. So you always want to watch them gaps, okay, because that's good. You provides pretty good support. Now, 297.98, there's your gap. And then we look to the top of this candle right here at 284, there's your fill. Gap, fill, but we have the 200-day, your 21-day. So there's a lot of good support here with your 200-day, your 8-day, your gap, your fill, your 50-day, and your 21-day. A lot of good. But however, we look at this RSI here, see how we're getting to that overbought condition kind of situation. So if this pulls back, as long as we hold the 8-day, we're good. If not, we're going to head to that gap, that fill, and this level right here. But so just watch that RSI get a little bit on the overbought. Now, here on the weekly chart, well, we take a look here. Look what we got here. Okay, so this is that big target. It's that 332. We crack above. We have that nice 354 level. Okay, so we got plenty of room to run. But again, there's that gap. Okay, and there's the fill, the gap and the fill, and then we have that 8-day, which is curling up nice here. So we got you're trading basically on a weekly at that 332 on the high, that 21-day, and that 312 on the bottom. Okay, so that's good the trade is. But again, I think this is a really good trade right here. This is always one of my favorite because it really has a lot of good movement to it. But right now we're getting to that overbought condition, so you got to be just a little careful. Okay, let's take a look here now at UNH. Okay, here we have United Healthcare, UNH. Now, this is not medical. This is really not where you want to be in when the T-Man here and Kennedy is, and where they're in charge. Okay, I really don't see anything here. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't get a nice good recovery rally. We had from 248 to 321, but again, this is a trading stock now. This is not like you'd call a buy and hold. Look at the chop. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. Okay, now, again, if you can get above this 8 simple moving average, this 322.77 level, okay, then this is going to be your target. Your first target, I say, is that 342. There's your gap, okay? Then we want to come to the bottom of this candle. That's at 376.84. So you got plenty of room to run. And then we have this 376 level, okay? But again, just always remember that this is a trading stock here now until they can get everything all worked out, kind of a situation, okay? Now, on the downside here, we want to go to yesterday's low. That's at 297. We'll come out here to the bottom of this candle here, 269 and then 248. So you got a lot of big spreads going on here, okay? It's just like an ugly ass chart here. I mean, look at this RSI. This is just like pathetic kind of a situation here. So again, if you like this kind of a trade, just trade this, okay? Do not buy and hold this here. Just trade it. Go to the gap, go to the fill, go to the 21-day. Now, if you keep on ripping up, obviously we have the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day, but this is another gap on the upside that you'd be watching, which is that 489 level, and then we come to the bottom here of this candle at 582. So you have your gap and the fill here, but this is just solid chop. You can see here when you had a high of 630 and you came down to 248 there, you got to let these charts and everything kind of ease out here a little bit before we start, jumping into it. But again, as a trade, yes, UNH, good trader. Okay, you can make some money here. I wasn't in this, but this is a good trader. Now, if it closes above this 8-day, then I'd probably jump into this and look for the gap and the fill. Because once we get to this gap area, then you got to see what it does. Does it double top and come on down here? But once you start getting into that gap, it automatically, like a magnet to a fridge, go to that fill level and that 21 SMA here, okay? So when you look at this here, when you have a 630 on the top and 240 on the bottom, you know you got issues here with the old stock, okay? So just look at this as a trading vehicle. That's exactly what this is. Look how nice and steady this was for a long time. And then when the problems come in here, boom, no mercy. She comes right on down, okay? All right, that's what I got for her. I'll be back here after the old pit close, and we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, and then we'll take a look here at the indexes, and then we'll take a look here at Tesla. Now, Tesla is very interesting here because Elon now, he said he's going to be committed to being the CEO for at least next 5 years. And he's back in the game there. So Tesla could be a really good runner. He needs something because they got declining sales, declining revenue, declining everything there. But remember, it's not just a car company anymore. This is an AI play, a self-driving play, a SpaceX play. God knows what else he's got in this thing. Okay, so always look at that as it's more of a trade. I look at Tesla as a trade. Okay, that's what I like to do with it. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.